Drew Mestemaker's journey to North Texas has been an unconventional one, to say the least. I remember hearing his story around bowl season last year, but never had the time to make a video on him. I thought, damn, I blew the opportunity. That turns out not to be the case, as Drew did not just win the starting quarterback job this year, but is off to a historic start as the Mean Green starting quarterback. Last week in my North Texas video, I hinted that I was going to be finally making a video on Drew. This is the story of the player who is breaking college football after never starting a game in high school. This is the story of Drew Mestemaker. But before we get into this, if you enjoy college football content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know who your favorite player has been this year in college football so far in the comment section below. Drew Mestemaker grew up in North Austin, Texas, but impressed throughout his youth football career playing quarterback. He would show flashes of brilliance and look like a superstar in the making. He was a winner who did everything he could to help his team win the game. He attended Vandegrift High School, where as a freshman, he would start for the B team, leading them to a 10-0 record. He looked like the future of Vandegrift High School. As a sophomore, he would earn a few starts for the JV team, but after that, he would never serve as the school starting quarterback the rest of his career. He sat behind Braden Bohannon, who set 5 passing records at Vandegrift before graduating in 2023 and is now playing baseball at Baylor. The program reached its first state title game, losing to DeSoto. After the season, all signs point to Mestemaker starting as a senior. Then top 40 quarterback Deuce Adams, who would go on to play for Louisville, would move into town from nearby New Braunfels. Mestemaker fought hard for the job, and the battle went long, but Adams ultimately won out. Mestemaker had a choice. He could transfer and play quarterback somewhere else, or he could move to a different position his senior year. He explained, "I don't want to leave or stand on the sideline my senior year. Just trying anything to get on the field and play with my best friends that I grew up with. It was kind of just a shot in the heart to see the dream die. That's all I thought about leading up to that. I'm eventually going to get my chance." Drew Sanders, the head coach of Vandegrift, did everything he could to help Drew get an offer to play college football at quarterback. He explained, "I had 2 Division I quarterbacks in the room. Drew had proven that he's a Division I quarterback, too. He never got frustrated. All he did was keep working. We'd have college coaches come by. We'd say, 'You need to look at Drew.' We would tell them and tell them and tell them. Drew would start at safety and served as the backup quarterback. He also taught himself how to punt as well. He did everything to help his team win. The Vipers would go 10-0 during the regular season, and Drew earned all district honors at both safety and punter." Sanders told CBS Sports, "I think that shows how different Drew is. He could have easily transferred. He could have easily gone somewhere else. But because he valued his teammates and his program and his coaches and community, it was a really cool thing to see him find a way to contribute with the best attitude possible. He's 1 in a million." Despite showing promise at both other positions, Mestemaker knew he was a quarterback. As one source put it, he could have started at 99.4% of high schools in Texas. Mestemaker received the Vipers' second-to-none award that goes to the program's most selfless player after a vote by his teammates. "Shockingly," he said sarcastically, Drew was not rated by any of the major scouting services when it came to being a quarterback recruit. His recruitment, like his career up to this point, was unconventional. There was very little film on Mestemaker when it came to the quarterback position, so there was not much to evaluate him on. He had some film from his high school freshman team, as well as a few starts at JV, and a few in-between plays throughout his junior and senior year, but that was it for game film. But Drew also worked with noted quarterback coach Jeff Christensen, who had some limited practice and workout footage of Drew as well. Enter Eric Morris. As I talked about last week in my North Texas video, Morris has developed a reputation of finding diamonds in the rough quarterbacks and developing them into superstars. He found 2025 first overall NFL draft pick Cam Ward, who had no college offers and played high school football in a run-based offense. Ward at least had starting experience. Morris was also at Incarnate Word, an FCS team at the time, so he was able to take more risks. Then, while serving as offense coordinator at Washington State, he discovered John Mateer, who was playing for a struggling Dallas high school football team and was committed to Central Arkansas. Mateer is now viewed as the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma this season. Morris had just become head coach in North Texas. They did not have a quarterback from the 2023 recruiting cycle, so they decided to add an extra in 2024. North Texas quarterback coach Sean Brophy told CBS Sports, "We just kind of looked over the video that we had and saw a big, raw developmental kid that had a pretty uncharacteristic high school career. We wanted to take a shot on another young kid to come and develop. North Texas would offer Mestemaker a walk-on opportunity. Drew also had a walk-on opportunity at Sam Houston and some options at the JUCO level as well. North Texas offered the opportunity to learn under Brophy and Morris and to continue playing with close friend and high school teammate, wide receiver Miles Coleman. So Drew committed to North Texas. When Drew Mestemaker arrived in Denton, he was the 6th-string quarterback on a roster and basically had to earn his roster spot as a walk-on. Through the transfer portal, they added Chandler Morris and Grant Tisdale from TCU, along with Reese Mooney from Liberty. They also brought in 3-star China Springs quarterback Cash McCollum. By November, he was a 3rd-string quarterback, passing multiple scholarship quarterbacks. By the time the bowl game came around, Mestemaker was the backup to Chandler Morris. Brophy told CBS Sports, "I've never seen a quarterback's upward trajectory be so high. I mean, every single day was an incremental improvement." The original plan was to have Mestemaker serve as Chandler Morris's backup last year and this year. The Mean Green did everything they could to try to retain Morris after he threw for 3,774 yards and 31 touchdowns, but Virginia offered Morris more and a return to the Power 4 level. It was too much for Chandler to pass up. North Texas was now without their starting quarterback heading into their bowl game against Texas State, though there was no question who was going to take Morris's place. Drew Mestemaker would be named the starting quarterback for North Texas, his first start since his sophomore year when he was playing JV ball. Brophy spoke on the move, saying, "Everybody internally was extremely cautiously optimistic of what he was going to do. Now, the hard part is, you can't really vocalize and verbalize that outward because someone's going to look at you crazy." North Texas tried to do everything to simulate the speed of the live game. There's only so much you could do. Mestemaker struggled on his first drive, but on his second drive he found Coleman for a 46-yard passing touchdown. He told CBS Sports, "It was just a surreal experience, but once I got my first play and first hit out of the way, it was just like normal. It was just playing football, like I've done my whole life. It was honestly really shocking to see how once you're in it, it's just football at the end of the day." With North Texas down 9 with less than 2 minutes left, he took off for a 70-yard rushing score to bring the Mean Green within 2. Unfortunately, North Texas would fall short, losing to Texas State 30-28. Mestemaker finished throwing for 393 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, a fumble, and finished with just under 450 yards of total offense by himself. It was an impressive first start with some growing pains as well, though, but Drew looked like a superstar in the making. He finished his freshman year throwing for 462 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 87 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown, and still retained his red shirt. Eric Morris told the Denton Record Chronicle, "Drew was such a great story. He's a guy who didn't even start for his high school team his senior year, and here he is getting this opportunity to play in front of thousands of people on national TV. He prepares hard and is a really smart guy. I'm looking forward for his opportunity to go out there and lead this football team." Some may expect heading into the 2025 season, Drew had the starting quarterback job on lock. That would not be the case as North Texas would bring in Miami transfer Reef Poffenbarger to compete for the starting job. In 2 seasons at Albany, Poffenbarger threw for nearly 6,000 passing yards and 56 touchdowns and was Cam Ward's backup in 2024. Drew would not lose the starting job and beat out Poffenbarger. He spoke on being named the starting quarterback, saying, "That was, I'd say, the most nervous I've ever been in my life going into that meeting. Didn't know how it was going to go. I felt like I played good, but it was all up to the coaches." Drew has lit up the stat sheet this season. In the season opener against Lamar, he threw for 329 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, completing 75% of his passes and also rushing for a touchdown. Against Washington State, he completed about 83% of his passes for 211 yards and 4 touchdowns. So far this season, he has thrown for 1,247 yards and 11 touchdowns and has also rushed for a touchdown as well. He has not thrown an interception, and North Texas is sitting at 5-0 in the regular season, with a major matchup with USF on Friday. Mestemaker ranks number 2 nationally in both offensive and passing grade at PFF. Told WFAA, "My thing is, I just have to trust the process. Who would have thought a year ago I would have been in this position right now? I dreamed about these moments, I prayed about these moments, and now I'm living it out." Drew's story is an amazing story and one of my favorite to cover on the channel. He is just a redshirt freshman who could put together an amazing career. What do you think? Can Drew Mestemaker become a superstar in college? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.